Those who don't know, this is the man, the face behind the scenes at Alex Mendozian's co-host, the co-author of that wonderful last 8 modules that we had on the Q&As, Mr. Sergiu Simmel, Mr. Structure.
How you doing, guys?
At the Alex Mendozian TSS reunion. Now, Sergio, I am so impressed with the wonderful stuff that you do over here, but it's so minute, the structure, that my camera can hardly get it. So, explain to us what you do, because what I'm seeing over here is so incredible.
Well, actually, what I do is almost irrelevant. What this does for you is actually the most irrelevant part. So, most of the people here have gone through 8 modules of Alex Mendozian. Mm-hmm. Just if you take the didactic portion of it, I'll tell you, it's almost 19 hours of audio. If you take the entire thing with Q&A and FAQ Fridays and Tuesday sessions, is over 60 hours of audio. All right? Mm-hmm. So I believe, this is my personal belief, that in order to be actually successful at something, like for example, successful at applying what you learn from Teleseminar Secrets, you got to have most of it in your head, because at all times you have to make decisions based on what you learn. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about you, I've gone through this thing 3 times. After the first time, what I had in my head was about 3% of what Alex taught. So how can I be successful if I only operate on 3%? So what I had to do was basically to figure out a way so I can get the other 97% in my head. Well, one way was to go back and re-listen to 19 hours or 50 hours of audio. Okay, that's an option if I'm retired and have nothing else better to do in my life. Mm-hmm. But that was not an option for me. So this is actually what prompted me to do this. What I did is that I took the entire 19 hours in this particular product of Teleseminar Secrets and mapped it in a way, in a structured way. So for example, you have module 1. This is almost 3 hours of audio, okay, at the top level. So you have the structure. If you see here, you have, of course, all the wisdom pearls that Alex is talking about, that you can probably remember. Better to win by the misfortunes of others than by your own, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
So if you take, for example, this is the telepromotion ideas portion. If you take just the middle part of it,
okay.
If you can move here, this is the map that actually maps only ideas 7 through 12.
Okay.
This is about 30 minutes of talk. And you can actually probably go there and review this in about 5 minutes. So we're talking about the increase relearning productivity, probably 6 or 8 to 1. So it's all structured in the same way. It tells you why an idea is important, why to use it. In this particular case, to get started as a teleseminar, remember, this is the first idea that Alex was urging everybody to apply, to create revenue for you and the thought leader, to turn browser and so forth. What is it? It's an interview with an unpaid thought leader. It's an interviewer and thought leader share the profits and so forth. And what are the elements of the how to do it? You know, you can usually make it either free or charge $30 and charge an extra $10 for transcripts and recordings. These are the 7 questions that you should ask the expert when you interview him or her. These are the 3 questions that you can ask the expert in asking her or him to accept them to interview. That's how you get to them and so forth. So all this stuff is actually compressed, yet nothing is missing. So this is not a cliff note. In other words, it's not like I took only some relevant things based on my own judgment. It's everything that Alex taught, except that it's in such a compressed, easy to access form that you can do it in basically a fraction of the time. That's why it's called the Teleseminar Secret Supercharger. It's an info product. The regular price during this pre-publishing period is $297. For this reunion, I have a special arrangement where you can get it actually for $197, 1 payment, or 3 monthly payments of $74. It's going to be more expensive once it's actually published. And essentially, for the next 9 weeks, you get 1 module mind mapped or mapped this way. These are just examples from the first module. The first module is already in, so the people who already bought it, I just introduced this last Monday. So the people who took the offer at that time already got the first module, and it's delivered to you electronically. So as PDF files, you can zoom in, zoom out, as visual maps on the website, on the web page. You can actually walk around with a little virtual magnifying glass, and you can see it. You can actually explore it if you are a mind manager. I use a tool called Mind Manager to produce it. If you're a customer of theirs, you can actually use, I give you their native format. So I give it in multiple formats so you can actually use it the way it's actually more fitting to yours. So that's, in a nutshell, what it is.
Well, that's awesome. Let me just ask the people who are listening right now. Oh my goodness, we've got Dr. Joanne of Olympic Canadian Olympic fame in the audience over here. We've got Bruce Bennett, George, Robert. My goodness, all of the teleseminar pros. Okay, so guys, what do you think of Sergiu Simmel's product?
Phenomenal. Excellent.
Awesome.
Well,
Standing ovation.
standing ovation to Sergio.
Because we're standing.
Guys, Sergio, we're all at the TSS reunion. Alex picks the best to work with. He's picked you. There must be something over here that really speaks, and it's really about putting it in writing where you can look at it in a structured format. This is such valuable stuff. Is it okay if I post it to all the teleseminarians who missed the reunion?
Absolutely.
Because we really want to put the face and the character behind the man.
Oh yeah, the guy who was up until 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern to take your questions. And did it with glee and passion.
Yay, Sergio!
Absolutely.
I'm interested